If you guys want to know the best overpowered class setup for the MP5, make sure to watch the whole entire video, as I'm going to be bringing you the best attachments to use on the MP5 after the new patch being 1.21 in Modern Warfare. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, then my name is The Unknown, and I upload daily Call of Duty news, tips and tricks, how-to videos, as well as bringing you guys the best class setups to use in Modern Warfare. If you like watching Call of Duty content, then this YouTube channel is the place for you. So make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the bell notifications as well to join the Ghost Army on this YouTube channel. And guys, what can I say? We're so close to hitting 100 subscribers on this YouTube channel. The Ghost Army is growing stronger day by day. I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone that's subscribed so far to my YouTube channel, as I couldn't do this, guys, without your support. Okay guys, let's not waste any more time. Let's just dive straight into today's YouTube video. So if you guys haven't watched my other class setups on my YouTube channel, then the way this series works is I start off by giving you the tacticals and the lethals that I use on my best class setup for the MP5. Then I move on to the perks that I use, and then I move on to the secondary weapon, and then I move on to the main part being the primary weapons attachments, in this case being the MP5. I definitely think, guys, the MP5 is probably one of the strongest SMGs in Modern Warfare, especially after the new patch being the 1.21 update that Modern Warfare brought out on the Tuesday of this week. But I always find the MP5 and the MP7 are the two best SMGs, and I always find myself using both of these weapons and then swapping occasionally back and forth to them. But recently, guys, I've gone back to using the MP5, and what can I say, it's totally worth it, because this gun is so strong to use, and I just find it easy to aim with this gun, and it just totally suits my playstyle. It's easy to run around with, it's easy to maneuver around the map and to get those quick and easy kills, and just to move on to the next enemy and then just adding your kills up that way. I just find it such a good gun to use. Okay guys, let's talk about the tacticals and the lethals that I use in this MP5 best class setup video. And the tactical that I use is, in fact, the stims. If you are a part of the Ghost Army on this YouTube channel, then you would have known by now that I do like to use stims on most of my class loadouts in Modern Warfare, and as well as the C4 being my favourite lethal to use as well, because I find these two, the stim and the C4, go hand in hand with each other, and they're just a good overall tactical and lethal to use in the game. Having a stim as your tactical is so important, especially if you're running an SMG class, because you are going to be playing faster on the map and you are going to be running into a lot of gunfights. So having that stim is going to make sure that your health regens fast enough to move on to your next gunfight with your next enemy. And then the C4 comes into play when it's basically a substitute for the grenade. I don't really like to use the grenades anymore in Modern Warfare, because the C4 is just so much better than it. You don't have to cook up the C4. You can just throw it and double tap square on the PlayStation controller to blow up the C4. It's that simple. But with a grenade, you got to wait around. It slows down your movement around the map, and you got to wait for it to cook up before you can throw it. So it's a lot more convenient if you just use the C4. And don't forget, guys, this class can be used in multiplayer as well as Warzone. So once again, the C4 is good for blowing up vehicles in Warzone, as well as cracking your enemy's armor, especially when enemies are camping in a building. You can just throw the C4 through the window, and the C4 does a lot of damage. It'll probably take off all the armor of the enemies, so then you can get your teammates to rush in, or you can even rush in yourself and you can just finish off those enemies. Okay guys, let's move on to the perks section of this best class setup for the MP5. So for perk 1, guys, I go with EOD, because you can take reduced damage from non-kill streak explosives and fire, and as you may know, a lot of people like to use C4 in this game, as well as normal grenades. So the EOD will protect you from taking less damage from those lethal grenades. Now, if you don't want to use EOD, that's perfectly fine, but I would recommend using either EOD or double time, or maybe even cold-blooded. Using the right type of perks for your playstyle always comes down to what type of game mode you're playing and what type of player you are in Modern Warfare. Now, if I were to be playing Warzone, I would probably swap from using EOD to cold-blooded, because when you're playing Warzone, it's much more open, it's a larger scale of a map, and you're going to be running in the open a lot more than what you're going to be in multiplayer. And multiplayer has small maps, so it's more fast-paced. But with Warzone, you're probably going to run into snipers that like to use thermals, so then you're going to be at risk if you don't have cold-blooded on. And if you want to run around all stealthy in Warzone, then cold-blooded Cold-Blooded is a must-have as perk number 1. When it comes to using perk 2, guys, I always like to stick with using Ghost. I never tend to swap this perk around for anything else. Whether I'm playing multiplayer or Warzone, I like to stick with Ghost, because when you're in multiplayer, you can run around the map a lot stealthier, and you don't have to worry about the enemy expecting you to be around the corner. And the same applies to Warzone. You don't have to worry about those enemies hunting you down to slay you, so you can just go about your game a lot easier that way. I'd say using Cold-Blooded and Ghost is very important when it comes to playing in Warzone. And for my final perk, guys, being perk 3, I like to use Battle Hardened, especially in multiplayer, because this will reduce strength of enemy flashes, stuns, EMPs, and gas effects. And you'll also be immune to the snapshot grenade. And when I'm playing in multiplayer, a lot of enemies like to use flash grenades, so having Battle Hardened equipped, I won't have to worry as much about enemies using stuns against me. But when it comes to Warzone, I might swap to using Tune-Up, because I know Tune-Up will help with the revive time when you want to revive your teammates, your fallen teammates, and you'll be able to pick them up a lot faster as well. So I tend to stick to Battle Hardened for multiplayer and using Tune-Up for Warzone. It's totally personal preference, guys. You can stick to using Battle Hardened even in Warzone. It's totally up to you. Okay, guys, so with the tacticals and the lethals and the perks all out of the way, let's move on to the secondary weapon that I like to use in multiplayer, and then I'll move on to what type of secondary weapon that I like to use in Warzone. When it comes to multiplayer, guys, I do like to use the .357 Akimbo, as it is better than the Renetti Akimbos now, especially after the new patch being 1.21. But when it comes to Warzone, I do like to use the RPG-7, because that suits more of my playstyle in Warzone, as I like to blow up enemy vehicles, as well as cracking enemy shields a lot easier, and I like to do that by using C4s as well as using the RPG-7 as my secondary. Okay, guys, so with all that out of the way, let's move on to the main part of the video, the main reason you're watching this video right now, and that's to give you guys and to show you guys the best attachments to use on the MP5 submachine gun in Modern Warfare. Okay, guys, so I have nothing for the muzzle on the MP5, so let's move on to the barrel attachment section. Now, for the barrel, guys, I do have the subsonic integral suppressor equipped, and this is a lightweight aluminum suppressor, decreases muzzle velocity to subsonic speeds, providing a smooth recoil, low sound signature, and no visible tracers. The pros you get from having this barrel equipped is you get sound suppression lowered, no visible tracers, aim down sight speed increased, and no enemy skulls, so you can be super stealthy running around the map in multiplayer. Guys, for the optic, I use absolutely nothing, as I think the iron sights on the MP5 is probably one of the best iron sights in the game. It's very nice to just use the iron sights on the MP5. I just love using no optic whatsoever on this submachine gun. Sorry, guys, I did miss out on the laser that I do have equipped on the MP5, and I do have the 5mm laser equipped. This is an ultra bright 5mm green laser, greatly improves hip fire accuracy and speeds up target acquisition after sprinting, exposes position when active only for the aggressive players, which is perfect for us because we're going to be rushing, we're going to be aggressive, especially when we're using the MP5 as a primary weapon. And the pros you get from using this 5mm laser is your hip fire accuracy is improved, as well as sprint to your fire speed, which is very important because you're going to be sprinting around the map. So it will be very beneficial to have an attachment that will let you pull up your gun a lot faster after you sprinted around the map. Okay, guys, let's move on to the stock part of the attachments. And for the stock, I have the FSS close quarters stock equipped on the MP5, and this is a tactical stock streamlined for close quarters combat, which is perfect for us once again and gets you on target a lot faster with this stock attached onto your MP5 weapon. And the pros you get from using this stock on the MP5 is improved aim down sight speed. So let's move on to the rear grip attachment section next, guys. And for the rear grip, I have gone with the granulated grip tape, and this is a smooth and granulated tape for a relaxed and controlled grip. Keeps you steady and on target when using the MP5. So the pros you get with this granulated grip tape is improved aiming stability as well as improved aim walking steadiness. And moving on to the last attachment that I do have equipped on this MP5 best class setup is the Commando 4 grip for the underbarrel, and this is a heavyweight angled grip, keeps the weapon steady while aiming and helps maintain control during heavy fire. And the pros you get with the Commando 4 grip is recoil stabilization as well as improved aiming stability. So that's it, guys, for this best class setup with the MP5. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button down below. Also, leave a comment down below, guys, leaving your favourite attachments that you like to use on the MP5 submachine gun. And I'm also doing a giveaway, guys, as soon as this YouTube channel hits 100 subscribers. And we're only about 10 subscribers away, so make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn the bell notifications on as well to join the Ghost Army on this YouTube channel, and the winner will receive a £20 gift card of their choice. So I hope you enjoyed this best MP5 class setup for Modern Warfare after the patch 1.21. So that's it, guys. It's been the Unknown, and I'll see all you ghosts in my next YouTube video. Ta-ra.